Babar Azam's plans were troubled a little bit because while this innings was on, there was a tweet that the Pakistan Cricket Board sent out on Haris Rauf of how he had some discomfort in his right flank. What that flank is, DK shall explain. And they had to take him for a precautionary MRI. Luckily, there's no tear, so good for him and good for Pakistan. He remains under observation of the team's medical panel. And after this tweet, clearly Haris Rauf didn't bowl, and so they had to cover 5 overs, which cost them 52 runs. The 5 overs that Ifti Chacha bowled cost them 52 runs. Clearly, can't really blame Babar when he loses one of his strike bowlers.
Babar Azam has been very interesting in his captaincy ways, and I say that because for some strange reason he somehow finds a way where he puts himself into a corner where the last over or the penultimate over is bowled by a spinner. We have seen that a few times now. Yep. Iftikhar Ahmed on a good day is better off bowling ahead. If you're going to hold him for the 49th over, actually Naseem Shah obviously walked off and hence he filled up, so that is understandable. But I just felt that he had nowhere to go because of Iftikhar Ahmed, in the sense that Haris Rauf not playing forced him to bowl Iftikhar Ahmed. And what is great to see is how India took on Iftikhar Ahmed and Shadab Khan post the break. So in a way, India will be very happy with their plans. They went about executing it. Who was the 6th bowler? Iftikhar Ahmed. Yesterday we had spoken about how Iftikhar Ahmed won't be bowling much because right-handers at the crease, they'll take him on. Today he had to bowl because of a forced injury to a flank is somewhere here, just above the upper tummy, between the back, and it can be a, they call it a side strain, but that's more inside. So this is something that is more precautionary. They don't want to push him before the World Cup, and understandably so. And he was a huge miss, as we saw, because he is somebody who could have picked up wickets through the middle. And the moment you don't pick up wickets in the middle, what happened in this match will exactly happen. India 30 overs, 175. The thumb rule is if you've lost less than 3 wickets, you try and double it, and that's exactly what Team India did. 350 plus, which basically means they've got again another good 175 plus runs in the last 20 overs at almost 9 and over, thanks obviously to the fact that Haris Rauf missing. They made use of the spinner. So India played its cards well. Pakistan a little hamstrung by that, but you have to say Indian batting was very, very efficient today.
Joy, for the last 10 days, since we all saw Pakistan do what they have been doing, the one word that has been associated with them is stability. They've been announcing they're playing 11 for every match 24 hours in advance, and we've all said, wow, this Pakistan side is so stable. They've all their boxes covered. Now, with what we've seen Kohli, KL Rahul do to them in the absence of Haris Rauf, will they be forced to rethink? Will they say, listen, maybe we need to add another bowler? What do we do now? What is our plan B? So what is their plan B, Joy?
So I think the first thing I'd say is that it's less about, it's not so much about how they're playing. I think the biggest thing is that you look at that innings progression, the way India, that period between 21 and 30, that's a period that rain came, they came back, they went to 4. But look at the acceleration after that. I think the bigger problem for Pakistan at this point in time is not their bowlers so much. Haris Rauf will come back and they have capable reserves. The biggest problem for Pakistan at this point in time is the fact that their fielding and their general efforts seem to fall off once the Indians were on the rampage. Yep. You saw one catch, Naseem maybe didn't see the ball, didn't go for the catch. The heads seem to droop. And that is one thing that, when your team is down, and this is the first time in this Asia Cup, Pakistan has actually been under the pump really badly. Somebody's really gone after them. And that is the one thing they'll be telling themselves, that we cannot afford to suddenly, drop off like we did. Because what did Virat Kohli do? He forced them, he ran a lot of twos, he really ran the field ragged, and that Pakistan fielding just fell off a bit, I felt. And of course, the conditions were not easy because, it was a slippery ground. But somewhere Babar Azam would be telling himself that, when these guys are batting, we need a slightly better effort on the field.
How much of this can...
And that's one thing that they definitely...
Sorry. Go on.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, that's all I had.
Just wondering how much of this can be attributed to the absence of Haris Rauf for the 5 overs.
Main bowler gets injured, bowls all three phases of the game. A big miss. Though Pakistan's biggest worry will be, why is their spinner Shadab Khan not penetrative enough? Just the 1 wicket yesterday where Rohit Sharma, he didn't cost the dismissal. Rohit Sharma got himself out with the shot that he played. But today, he had another opportunity, but he hasn't been penetrative enough to get a wicket. And in fact, KL Rahul took him on when he decided to. So that would be Pakistan's biggest question. You got to, if you remember even the T20 World Cup, even though it was a pitch which had a lot of bounce and seemed Mohammad Nawaz, till the over that Hardik Pandya took him on, was bowling very efficiently. So that is something that they will think over. Is it Fahim Ashraf or is it Mohammad Nawaz for Pakistan? That will be a big question for them, because through the middle, spinners have controlled India. Whereas fast bowlers, they found a way to get runs. So that is a big question for Pakistan to answer. Should they go in with the spinner in Ahmedabad or an extra medium pacer?
There's Osama Mir as well as another option.
I still feel they'll go for Mohammad Nawaz because he gives you a little bit of batting, which is something they need at number 8. Osama Mir is an out and out leg spinner, so I have a feeling they'll stick to Mohammad Nawaz. It will be still between Nawaz or Ashraf. That is a big question for Pakistan.
Also, you can't not have a slip when plays just resumed. Naseem Shah is bowling full tit, Virat Kohli on strike. They didn't have a slip.
It is a tactical error. It could happen. Virat Kohli, is he gone by the name, or does he feel there won't be enough movement for Naseem Shah? These are the questions that Babar Azam has to answer. If you had looked at most bowling captains, would have looked to have a slip there. They'd have been looking for wickets. Babar Azam slightly on the defensive, looking to stop the runs and hoping that then Virat would make the mistake. But Virat is magic man. He knows what it takes and just looks to dab the ball to third man a lot, and this one taking the outside edge, but the fielder not being there obviously helping him. But Babar Azam definitely made a tactical error at the start of today not to have a slip there.